Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I trust you're having a fantastic evening and you're getting ready for the racing that's going to be taking place out at the Vaal. I'm going to hand you over to the postman for his analysis. So here's the postman.
Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, no matter where in the world you guys are. And again, a big warm welcome to the Top Tipper family. Racing comes to us on Thursday, the 29th of December from the Vaal Turf Club. Guys, please take note, we are racing on the classic track. There are 9 races carded, and the first event is due off at midday. Before we get into that, our best bet flower bomb arrived 13-10. I see they punted it in, so I hope it was you guys. Hope you got on. The value bet ran second, still paid R2.20 a drum, so we still showed a nice little profit there. As I said, the racing comes to us from the Vaal Classic track. Guys, this is not as cut and dry as the last Vaal card. I do think that if you're taking exotics, I think try and put 2 or 3 horses in, maybe go light in 1 or 2 races. It's not that easy. I don't have a best bet on the card. I have 2 value bets, round about 4-1 on both of them. So have a look. If the first one arrives, walk away. Don't get involved. Then rather take a small double. Anyway, let's go through the selections. Race 1, as I said, due off at 1200 hours. This is a Work Riders maiden plate for fillies over 1600 meters. And in this event, guys, I think it's a match race. And my narrow first selection, would be horse number 8. And this is Bushveld. This one had a very decent effort last time out, finishing second. There was money for it, and I'm looking for an improvement there. I think he was a little unlucky, and I'm expecting a big run from horse number 8. For second, I have gone for the favorite. This is horse number 9, LMB. Vicky Lorena gets the ride here for the Terry Yard. Again, decent first effort over 1400 meters. Also drawn a little wide. But, as I said, I think it's a match race between the 2. For third, guys, I've thrown in horse number 2, and this is on the guest list. Charma Mabaya for Mike de Kock. Charma rides well for the de Kock yard. And again, if you're taking swingers, exactors, trifectas, you must throw the 2 in. For fourth, I've thrown in horse 10. This is London Palladium from the Lucky Odalarkis yard. Did have 1 run. Finishing 6 lengths behind Nyali Beach. That was also in a Work Riders. Work Rider Mlangeni sticks with this one. So would have got to know this one a touch better. And again, good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 1, 8, 9, 2, 10. And we think that 8 and 9 are the way to go. Race 2, first leg of the bipot. This is due off at 12:35. Another maiden plate, again for the girls, this time over 1200 meters. And guys, we've gone through this one. Those horses that have run, in my opinion, I don't think anything are going to Hollywood. So my first section here is horse number 6, Lucy. Marco van Rensburg gets to ride here for the Hoedelarkis yard. Nicely bred. And I do think that this daughter of Twice Over, if half decent, should take a ton of beating. Nicely drawn at 1. Watch if there's any betting for this horse. If so, follow it. In the bipot, I'm only putting my first and second selections. My second selection would be horse number 2, Simply Magic, Cabela Matsiani for the Crawford yard. This is a third run after rest. Should be Cherry Ripe. And again, must, of those that have run, must go very close. For third, I've thrown in horse number 1, Camerata, Ryan Munger for the Fortune yard. Fair effort last time out behind Kinky Boots. And again, I think that this one can fit in back end of trifectas and quartets. For fourth, I've thrown in the 5, Damned If I Do, Ray Danielson for the Magna yard. Last time out was a first run after quite a long rest. Finished 5th, 4 lengths behind Above the World. And I'm certainly looking for an improved effort from that one. And I do believe that this one can fill in the back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 2, guys, I've gone 6, 2, 1, and 5. We move on to race 3. This is the first leg of the place accumulator, due off at 13:10. Maiden plate over 1200 meters. And in this event, my narrow first selection here is horse number 6, King of Venus, Sianda Sasibo for the Terry Yard. Sianda will be claiming his 4 kilos. Last time out, this did finish second and neck behind Lover's Lane. We go back and look at the other sprint run, finished just 3 3/4 lengths behind Ablon. This is nicely drawn at 4, and I think that round about 5 to 1, I think should be there and thereabouts. That was my narrow first selection. My second pick is horse number 3, Phantom of the Forest, Gavin Arena for Joey Somo. This is Joey's only runner on the day. If I'm looking for negatives here, drawn wide, I think this will be up there, and hopefully can stay on and finish in the money. For third, I've gone for the 2. This is Full Go, JP van der Merwe for Billy Raters. Again, the last 2 efforts have been all right. If I'm looking for a negative again, I'm looking at the drawn 11 out of 12. Again, I think that JP will ride this one, will jump, sit at the back, ride this one for luck, and hopefully, again, can be running on. For fourth, gone for horse number 9, Don't Shoot the Barman, Calvin Abib for the Binder Yard, nicely drawn at 1, 2 fair efforts, and did have excuses last time out, so I'm looking for an improved effort. And as I said, drawn on the painted 1, can certainly be there and thereabouts. For buy pots, I'm putting all 4 selections, 2, 3, 6, and 9. For place accumulator, I'm taking a chance with 3 and 6. Move on to the 4th race. This is the first leg of the pick 6. This is due off at 13:45. Another maiden plate, again over 1600 meters. Please take note, guys, horse number 1, Fantastic Impact, has been scratched, so this leaves us with a field of 8. And in this event here, my first selection is horse number 6, and this is Puerto Plata, Gavin Arena for Johan Janssen van Vuren. Last time out, finished 7 lengths behind Sylvan Theatre. That was the first run after a rest. This is the second run. I am looking for an improved effort from this one. I think that the 1600 will suit this one down to the ground, and I think this one will go very, very close. For second, I've gone for horse number 2. This is Wonder World, Kabela Matsiani for Candace Dawson. Again, 3 fair efforts. I certainly think that this one is meeting the right field here. And again, I certainly think that this one will be there when the whips are cracking. For third, guys, I've gone for the favorite, horse number 5, Kambula, Calvin Abib for the Terry Yard. Again, 2 fair efforts. Last time out, did have excuses, drawn wide at 9. Will need a lot of luck in the running. In my pick 6, I've left this one out. You guys maybe throw it in, take a smaller percentage. I'm taking a chance, hoping to roll the favorite. For fourth, I've gone for the 9, Keep the Fort, Ray Danielson for the Hodolarcus Yard. Has had 1 run, wasn't a bad run, considering it was drawn wide, would have gained from that run, gained from that experience. And again, certainly good enough for the back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 4, 6, 2, 5, and 9. The 5th race in the card, due off at 14:20, is a Pinnacle Stakes over 2400 meters. And in this event, guys, I think it's a 2-horse race, and we find the first of my value bets. This would be horse number 6, White Fang. JP van der Merwe gets a ride here for Mike and Adam Azzi. This is coming back from a bit of a layoff. However, I think that this will be very, very hard to beat. If this one can get a soft lead, carrying 52, will go very close. For second, I've gone for horse number 4, Razor Alleluia, Kabela Matsiani for the Dawson Yard. Very, very good effort last time out, behind Porto Manzano. That was in a grade 1. I'd certainly think that this one, again, will be there when the whips are cracking. So race 5, guys, I think is a match race between 4 and 6. And I think that 4-1, 9-2 on White Fang is good value. For third, I've gone for the 3 Zeus, Gavlarina for Fabian Habib. This one has had a run over 2,450 meters in the Derby, finished second to Aragosta. And again, larger perms, throw this one in our jackpots. I'm putting all 4 selections. I'm not taking a chance. And I do think that Zeus can be there and thereabouts. For fourth, we've gone for horse 5, Out of Your League. Samangi Kamalo retains a ride here for Fabian Habib. I think, again, this will jump. This will be up there, will sit handy, and good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 5, 6, 4, 3, and 5. 6 race on the card, draw at 14.55, made rated 72 handicap over 1,800 meters. Please take note, guys, horse number 4, Pragmatist, has been scratched. My narrow first selection would be horse number 1, Twin Turbo, Sianda Sasibo for Fabian Habib. They've pulled the blinkers off this one. We go and look at the runs without blinkers, third, 5th, and 1st. The 4 kilos off the back will help. And I certainly think that this one will go very, very close. For second, I have thrown in horse number 7. This is Wandering Star. Samanga Kamala for St. John Gray. Samanga rode this one last time out. Did have excuses. But every time Samanga rides for Monty, must take note and throw this one in. For third, we've gone for the 8. King of Rome. Marco van Rensburg for the Hodolarcus yard. Coming back from an 11-week layoff, had a very decent win last time out over 1,700 meters, was drawn wide, which makes it more impressive, and again, certainly should not be left out of any permutation. For fourth, we've gone for the 3, 5th of July, Calvin Habib for David Niverhazen. Again, has got some decent form here, maybe a touch sharp, but should be running on maybe when others have cried enough. So race 6, we've gone 1, 7, 8, and 3. We'll move on to the 7th race on the card, guys. Draw off at 15:30, graduation plate over 1,200 meters. Please take note, horse number 5, Tara 80, has been scratched, as well as his 6, Southern Skies. The current favorite here is horse number 4, Give Me a Shot, and currently around about 13-10. But I don't think it's as cut as dry as that. JP van der Merwe retains the ride. This one reverting back to 1,200 meters. I don't say it can't win. It is my narrow first selection. But I think this has bigger fish to fry elsewhere. But in this field, must be included in all exotics. For second, I've gone for the 7. This is Ipso Factor, Ryan Munger for Ashley Fortune. Again, has a decent form, reverting back to sprint, coming back from a rest, which again would indicate that this one has bigger fish to fry, but cannot be left out. For third, I've gone for the 3. This is Argo Ali, Samangi Kamala for St. John Gray. Again, coming back in trip, certainly should be thrown in. This race is a lot tougher than looks on paper, guys. For fourth, I've even gone for the 1, Karangatang. Gav Larina for the Johan Janssen van Vuren yard. I have a question mark over the distance, but again, must be good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. Guys, personally, in the jackpot, we probably put the field here and hope that the 4 gets run over. Not as easy as the betting suggests. Maybe if you want to take a chance, put 3, 4, and 7. For larger punters, throw in as many as the budget would allow, guys. Race 8, due off at 16:05, middle stakes over 1,450 meters. And in 8th race, we find the second of my value backs. This is horse number 1, Paisley Park. Calvin Habib retains a ride here for the Terry yard. Third run after rest. Nicely drawn at 1, run about 4-1. I think this is great value. For second, I have gone for the 3. This is Gallic Tribe, Cabello Maziani for the Crawford yard. Again, has got some decent form. Negative here, drawn 9 out of 9. Would need a bit of luck in the running. For third, we've gone for the 2, Southern Star, Samanga Kamala for the Boetis Forster yard. They've pulled the blinkers off this one. Samanga always rides well for the yard. I think he's got a 25% win strike rate and almost a 50% play strike rate. So again, shouldn't be left out of larger perms. For fourth, we've gone for the 7. This is Fost Love, Gavin Arena for the Johan Janse van Vuren yard. 2 decent efforts, the last 2. And again, I think this one could be good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 8, 1, 3, 2 and 7. And we think that 1 Paisley Park is a decent price at around about 4 to 1. We'll move on to the Lucky Last, guys. The Lucky Last, this is due off at 16:35. A moderated 66 handicap to be run over 1450 meters. Again, I think very, very open event. And here my narrow first selection would be horse number 1 in Cahoots, Gavin Arena for Stephen Moffat. Last time out they put blinkers on, was an improved effort. Blinkers remain on. Gavin aboard, 28 to 10, 3 to 1, must be included in all bets. For second, we've gone for horse number 6. This is Pendragon, Calvin Habib for Fani Bronckhorst. They've pulled the blinkers off, is dropping in class, is going up in distance, but I certainly won't be leaving this one out, considering it's dropping in class. For third, guys, gone for a nice rough here. Horse number 3, Cross Examiner, JP van der Merwe for Philip Labuschagne. Last time I did have excuses, were very, very wide. The 2 runs before that were fair runs. And again, in this field, I certainly think this one can run a drum. For fourth, we've gone for horse number 5. This is Risky Business. Ryan Munger for St. John Gray. This one did run the other day on the 24th, finishing 7th. And again, good enough to run a drum here. Guys, as I said, it's not the easiest card in the world. Just take care when structuring bets. The value bets as well, don't go berserk. If I'm looking at exotic, the place accumulator and jackpots are the way to go for me. Guys, take it easy, look after yourself, take care. Stephen, back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for that, the Postman. We appreciate your time and effort you put into your racing. You've tipped a 9-race program, your normal bar pot PA, your 2 value bets, your jackpot 1 and jackpot 2. Please, Lord, let them arrive, and let's keep our hot streak going forward for the punters so they can make some fantastic Christmas money. All in all, enjoy, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.